Motovlogging is like the equivalent of the president's Twitter account. You just say shit without consequences and you don't really like understand what you're even saying. What's going on, everyone? Back with another episode of Stuff and Things. Out here this morning running some errands on the bike. Already had a kind of semi-productive day so far, and I'm trying to like wrap up loose ends before I go on a little bitty road trip in the sat van. So far, I already went to the dentist this morning, which, let me tell you, that's kind of an experience during this whole global pandemic thing that's going on. So I show up to my appointment on time. They tell me to remain in my vehicle. They send to my phone some of these like electric documents that I have to sign to basically acknowledge that I know what's going on in the world and I consent to going into the dentist. And then I had to fill out a questionnaire to make sure I'm not coughing, sneezing, or anything that could resemble an illness. And then once I electronically sign all that stuff and send it back to them, they have someone come out all masked up, face shield, like everything. They had like a digital thermometer thing and they just hold it out. It didn't even touch my head. I don't know how it works, but yeah, they just scanned my head and they're like, okay, you can come in now. Mask on, go in. And then everything from there was pretty normal, other than no one being in the dentist office. But yeah, that was sort of interesting, I guess. And then I went to the bank, which is locked down. You can only go inside the bank if you have an appointment, which luckily I didn't really need to go inside. I just went into the foyer to use the ATM, deposited some stuff because my mobile banking app wasn't working. So now I'm heading out on a really fun road, stuck behind some slow cars. And I'm heading out to a local garage that I used to take my old bike to all the time to get my rear tire replaced. If you guys have been following along with the Motovlog since I like revealed this bike, you'll know that when I was at about 500 miles before it was even properly broken in, I was pulling into a gas station and got a huge chunk of metal in the rear tire. Like, I'm surprised I was even able to patch it. It was like a railroad spike sticking out the back there. I was a good ways away from home, about an hour out. Patched it up, rode it home, and I've been riding on that plug tire ever since. Now, I have plug tires and ridden them all the way to the cords before, and I've had no issues with that. The only problem with the hole in this tire, which I don't really trust, is that it was like a really elongated, almost teardrop shape. And the plug seems to be holding. I mean, I had this thing dynoed, and I'm sure any excess material that went into the tire has sort of smushed out and covered the hole. But it still makes me a little uneasy. I'd rather just replace it now. And I've already got about 1,200 miles on this tire, so it's probably like a little less than halfway through its life. Still don't trust it. Now, being stuck behind cars like this isn't too bad when you're motovlogging, because I want to kind of just cruise and take it slow. That way the wind noise isn't super loud. But when you're on a really nice road like this and they're following the road all the way to your destination, it's a little annoying, I'm not gonna lie. I guess I could also give you guys an update on how the tune has been. There's really nothing to report other than it is kick-ass. This bike is phenomenal. It's running better than I thought it could ever run. If you watch the tune video, I gave my full impressions over there, and the bike is just making a ton of power. It is ultra smooth all through the rev ranges, and I've been riding quite a lot as of recently. I actually picked up one of the newer Sena systems. I believe it's a 50R, and I actually have it mounted up to this helmet right now. Me and my friend split a dual pack, and we actually rode with him last weekend, and so far I'm pretty impressed. The sound quality and the speakers and comfort and everything has been awesome. Listening to music, it sounds really good. I much prefer something like this over the headphones, like throwing in earbuds or something like that. AirPod Pros. So the sound quality is great. It's actually an improvement over the Atlas shockwave system from Rurock that I previously had in this helmet. Now that I'm thinking about this, there's so many things that I need to do a video on. I want to show you guys the Cena layout and how I have it set up in the helmet. I want to show you this new motovlogging setup and how I have this thing set up. I've been trying to merge the two, that way I can motovlog with a friend, and as long as they have a Cena on and we're connected, you'll be able to hear me and see what I'm seeing, but also hear whoever I'm riding with. That setup isn't perfected yet. I've ran into some issues, so can't really show that yet. But yeah, the Cena system is great. Connectivity seems to be awesome so far. It has the mesh intercom system, so you can link up to like 20 people, or probably even more than that. And then there's a bunch of different channels that you can go through, so if you're in a massive group ride, you can basically have everyone connect and have their own channels depending on who you want to talk to. It's a pretty neat setup. Oh, look at this guy, he's painting lines. No, no, no. I don't want to get overspray on my bike. Man, part of me really wants to go put my foot in that. Should I do it? No. Oh, no, 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 no. Alright, go, 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 go. If it wasn't so busy, we could do laps around here and wear down the tire before we go and take it off. I think we need to pick up some refreshments since I'm going to be waiting for this to be done at the shop. Here we go. Sheets or Wawa. That's a good debate for all the Pennsylvania people. I don't have a mask, so I'm just going to wear my helmet in. This counts as a mask, right? Same, but different, but still same. Let's get one of these. One of these. Hey, what's up, man? Alright. Monster and Duke's Tall Boys, you guys want to sponsor the channel? Vertex is already doing it. And we're off again. We're gonna cut through Amish country with all the Amish people and all the Mennonites. Ooh. Sure is nice out here. I don't trust these turns though. Just random S-turns in the middle of like a farmer's field. Strange. I have so many random thoughts when riding motorcycle, and I was just thinking about how motovlogging is just like an ultimate brain dump. I'm like completely focused on what I'm doing, but at the same time completely like zoned out with the rest of the world, and all you do is think about stuff. Motovlogging is like the equivalent of the president's Twitter account. You just say shit without consequences, and you don't really like understand what you're even saying. I used to watch a lot of motovloggers in the past, and a lot of them I was like, man, these dudes are like super ADHD or ADD. They're just like jumping all over the place. And now that I've been doing this a little more regularly, I get it. I guess I never really thought about it in the past because I'm never vocalizing my normal thoughts when riding, but now that all changes. And then I listen to it back as I'm editing, and I'm like, what the hell was I talking about? That was a nice little detour. The shop should be right up here on the left. Uh-oh. Berries and cherries. Hope they ain't coming for me. Let's hide behind this truck. State trooper. Hey, speaking of Amish country, look, there's a horse and buggy. You guys ever see that very often in motovlogs? Speaking of like Amish country and Mennonites, this shop, which I believe is right here, is like on a farm. It's part of a farm. The guy who owns it's super nice, and I used to bring my bike here all the time. Became friends with him just because I bought so many tires. But man, it's been probably 6 years since I've been here. Literally on a farm. How sick would it be to live on a farm like this, maybe a little further from the road, and then just have a massive shop in the back here. Let's actually pull the bike in.
1 hour later.
All right, and just like that, we have a new tire, brand new tire. So I'm definitely gonna take it easy for the first like 100 miles or so, probably for the rest of this video. So I apologize if the rest is boring to you. Man, it's crazy how much of a difference a brand new tire makes. It's so much more rounded off, and I didn't do a whole lot of highway driving, but I guess more than I thought. So the older tire had a good old flat spot in the middle since I wasn't leaning it over quite a lot. Man, this thing just handles like crazy. So how long was I in there? I don't even know how long that was. 45 minutes? It really didn't take all that long. I really got to get a bike lift in a garage once I buy a house, and track stands and all that good stuff. That way I can have all the tools to take a tire off myself. I could do it with some like spoons, and I don't know, it's just way easier if you actually have a machine to do it. I don't even like talking about bike maintenance in videos anymore, because whenever I bring something up, all of the YouTube troll mechanics come out and they're like,
oh, well, why don't you do it this way? Why don't you do something this way? Well, if you had this, you could do that, and that's actually not designed for that, blah, blah, blah.
dog, shut the f up. You people are so annoying. It's a few amount of people who do that, but like, man, I guess those type of people are found in any type of industry. But you make a video about a specific topic, like my oil change for an example. I just did a simple walkthrough. This is how I do my oil changes. And then the keyboard warriors of the mechanic world come out and they're like,
oh, well, you should switch to full synthetic. You shouldn't use this, you should use that. And you know, it'd be a lot easier if you blah, 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 blah.
I get it, man. I'm making a YouTube video that's like 7 minutes long on how I do my oil change. Of course, I'm not going to go into depth about every little aspect of the oil change, like why I chose to go with Kawasaki oil and filters and the benefits of switching to a full synthetic. And yes, I know what track stands are, I just don't have any, and I know it would make my life a lot easier. And I know that the oil filters with the nut on the end are not made for tightening it onto the bike. They are made for loosening a filter when it is stuck, like mine was from the factory. I get all that stuff. I make these videos on the stuff that I'm interested in because I'm knowledgeable on the topics. I'm not here to put out crazy instructional videos and like go into depth into the motorcycling world and how to fix everything, because I'm no expert. But damn, some of those comments are annoying. Now there's two types of people watching this video. The people who are like, yeah, dude, that's mad annoying, I get it. And then the other side who just took offense to what I just said. And if you did take offense to what I just said, you are part of the problem. If you don't like what I just said and you're up in arms, you little snowflake, you should unsubscribe. We don't want your kind here watching these videos. That goes for any type of video that I post, honestly. It also goes for the second channel. Holy shit, people on that channel, hey, dude. I post a video on a gun that didn't run properly for me, and they're like,
oh, well, maybe it's because you're doing this and doing that and using this type of ammo, and looks like the barometric pressure at the range that day wasn't quite right, and the sun was at a 45-degree angle to the ejection port, blah, blah, blah.
I'm like, what, dude? What the f are you saying? Just because I had an issue with the gun that you're watching a video of to justify your purchase and it wasn't good for me, doesn't mean it's not a good gun. I'm just sharing my experiences. I'm being honest, like I always am in all of my videos. Oh, this rant could go on forever. I drank that Monster when I was sitting in there, so now I have a ton of energy, and the ADD is just gonna keep getting worse. I digress. Now I'm heading down towards the city area, but I'm gonna go to my cousin's house. He was hinting that he might have bought a motorcycle, he might have a sport bike, he might have a Harley, he might have a motorcycle, he might not have a motorcycle. I don't know, but we're gonna go find out. And we're here. The ride was a little quicker than I thought. Disappointed. I don't see a new motorcycle. Hi, Charlie. Yeah, you can't bite my hands when I got leather gloves on. Jesus. Yeah, I left early in the morning, so it was cold.
Yeah, get it. Attack.
Hey, calm down.
Attack. What we should do is leave your bike here.
And go pick up a bike for you. And then I'll drive your truck home.
Or ride the bike home, whichever one.
I could do that too. I can review it on the way. And just like that, we're back on the road. Unfortunately, that conversation didn't go anywhere. We did go look at a motorcycle for my cousin to pick up, but the dealer was just not cooperative. The salesman there, man, just didn't get it. Bike salesmen are pretty hard to work with. I don't know if it is because I was young or maybe the way I look or something, but whenever I go bike shopping, it seems like no salesman ever wants to like give you the time of day. Granted, buying a motorcycle isn't really like buying a car, so the experience is inherently a little different. But even when I bought my previous bike, the DRZ, I was looking at some other sport bike variants when I made that purchase, and I went into a dealer sort of local to this area here, walked around the entire dealership, made eye contact with like maybe 2 people. They just said hello. No one really asked me if I needed anything. I was like, hey guys, I'm here like willing to drop $10,000 right now on the spot and roll out of here with a new bike, but no one gave me the time of day. Again, maybe it's because I'm young, or maybe it's because I look like, I don't know, the way I look. I have a beard. Does that mean I look homeless and don't have money? I don't know. I don't know what it was. But yeah, my cousin didn't get a new bike yet today. He's still looking, so maybe in the future you'll see him in some riding videos. Let's get this tire scrubbed in a little bit better. I really want to lean it over, but still got to be careful right now. Alright guys, well, that is, I guess, all that I had for today's rant and motovlog. Brought you with for about half my day now. I'm gonna go home and edit, might possibly film another video, and yeah, we'll leave it at that. If you are new to the channel, consider clicking subscribe. I make new videos every single week, and I should be able to start making videos a lot more frequently now that things are getting a little bit nicer around this area. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, I'd appreciate it if you guys left a like. That stuff doesn't seem like it means a whole lot to the person clicking like, but it helps creators like myself out, so I would appreciate that. That's gonna be all. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you in the next one.